Let's say this for example, right? I'm here with you in this situation now. I'm just being myself. Has nothing to do with you, obviously. So me being myself is self-contained. I don't care what you think of me. And your action, your opinion, is not going to stop me from being myself. And so because I accept that, I don't need to control you at all. I don't need to do anything about you. I don't need to change you. I don't need to influence you. I don't need to control you in any way, because I am prepared to totally be myself. Now, because I am that way, you, in our relationship here, you have permission to be yourself, totally, because at no point am I going to overrule you, or override you, or dominate you, or control you. I give you full permission. And I'm giving you full permission by me being myself totally. And whatever you say, whatever you do is not going to impact me at all. Let's just say I'm being totally myself, right? Let's just say you start to be an arsehole. Well, I'll just leave you to it. That's your business. You go and do that if you want to. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to control you. If you're choosing to be that way, that's fine. It has nothing to do with me. Now, I can only do that if I'm untouchable. If I'm being myself because you like me, I'm being myself because you like me. This is the opposite. This is the opposite case, okay? I'm only being myself because you like me. Now I'm on edge. If I just did something and all of a sudden you don't like me, well, now I'm either in turmoil in myself, or I've got to try to get you to like me again. And if we're in a close relationship, I'm probably going to go quite hard on trying to sort of manipulate you and convince you that I'm good again. Now you'll like me again, right? So that's not really being myself. That's being myself sometimes. Being myself when you like me. But I have to make sure myself doesn't piss you off, otherwise you're not going to like me anymore, which means I can't really be myself. I'm being a very careful kind of programmed version of myself because I'm trying to impress you. So that's not the same thing. That's not truly being yourself. So what this means is, in a simple way of explaining this, I have to be totally prepared to be myself, and I have to let you go. Even if we're in a relationship. We're together for a while. We're in love, that's great. We have great experiences, and I'm being myself and you're being yourself. I have to totally accept that if for some reason, at some point, our selves no longer gel, I have to be prepared to let you go. Because I can't stop being myself. Because I want peace in my life, and I want true confidence, and I want the truest expression of my life, and that means I have to be myself. Totally. So if you're worried about what your partner in their relationship thinks of you, or what they might think of you if you do this or you do that, you're still not really being yourself. What is it about that feels scary? Does it feel unpredictable, like you'll be out of control, like you won't know what's going to happen? Do you trust yourself, fantasy animal vegan? Do you trust yourself? Do you know yourself well enough to be able to trust yourself? If I bring you into my home to stay for a weekend, can I trust that you're not going to break anything? You're not going to steal anything? You're not going to take advantage of me or the situation here if I open my heart up to you? Are you trustworthy? Because if you are, you can let that behavior go now. The fear, I mean, and the control. If you let go now and be yourself, if you know that you are mature now, okay, you're 9 years old, dude, maybe you were being a little shit. Maybe you weren't. It's the specifics of the relationship with the father. Depends on what kind of dad, but that's beside the point. What I'm trying to get at is you're older now. If you let go and you allow yourself to just be yourself anyway, you're not going to do anything stupid. You're mature. It's okay to let go of that now. You can trust yourself. You'll be fine. You'll be in control. You're not going to hurt anyone. You're not going to draw all over the walls or throw, the sort of stuff kids do. You're going to tidy up after yourself. You're a respectful adult. You're a mature person. So you can let go of that now. You don't need to control people. You don't even need to control yourself. Relax. Just be yourself. Yourself is wise deep down. If you know how to really deeply be yourself, there's great wisdom, great strength, great confidence, great courage, great ability, great capacity, and great ability to love and to connect and to share. When we're talking about intimate relationships, that's what you bring to the table when you are able to be yourself very deeply. That's what you will bring to the table. Now, it might feel a bit weird at first. It might be a bit awkward because you haven't done it fully and you've got to kind of get used to it. It's like ice skating, skating on an ice rink. You'll slip and slide and wobble all over the place, probably fall on your arse a bit too, but you've got to stick at it. You've got to stay in there. You've got to keep going. After a while, you'll be gliding around on the surface of the ice like a bloody angel. Then you'll be able to take some girl's hand or some guy's hand and skate together. Exactly. So we practice being free of that desire to control, but you've got to learn to identify it when it's happening, right? If it's conditioned, and it sounds like it is from your childhood, you've learned that behavior from your relationship with your dad, and it's possibly repeated and reconditioned itself in many other circumstances in your life, and it's probably become quite a strong program. So just like any hard rock or object that you need to get through or break through, you just got to keep picking away at it. Go into that environment, into the relationship. Talk to your partner too, whoever your partner is. Talk to them. Okay, because of the way I am and the way I was raised, I tend to be a little bit controlling, My ego, I can be a bit dominant and controlling, like overly dominant, and I'm working on that, and I'm practicing awareness and mindfulness, and you can help me with that, because if you start to see that I'm being kind of overly dominant and controlling, you can help me be aware of it, and I'll do my best to be open. Well, any kind of relationship you want to be real, it's got to be based on truth, man, hasn't it? I shouldn't say man, but it's got to be based on truth, hasn't it? Otherwise it's not real. It's just a game. And you can't be yourself unless you're diving into the truth. That's the whole point. Truth is sincerity. So to be yourself means you have to be sincere, which means you have to be truthful, which means you have to be honest. Of course you do, yeah. In a real relationship, the right person for you will respond to your honesty with the same total honesty and sincerity. Now you're in love. Now you're actually in the energy of love. So you don't have to hide. You don't have to control it. You don't have to be anything else other than just what you are. That's the real deal. If it's not that, it's just a temporary game, and it's probably more a lust. It's more a bit of a desire. Or you're just kind of playing with each other and having a bit of fun, which, okay, there's nothing wrong with that too, but if you want the real deal, the deep love in a relationship, which is the one, getting back to your original question, does the relationship, an intimate relationship, get in the way of awakening or enlightenment? I think it was. If you want the kind of relationship that doesn't get in the way of awakening, in fact, it will serve your awakening. Not only will it not get in the way, it will help you to awaken to yourself. It's got to be this, what we're talking about here, truthful, honest, real, unafraid, uncontrolling. Otherwise, yeah, it will, if you're hiding, then of course it will get in the way.